Good morning. Good morning. We are here with another episode of the RMR podcast. I've got some very special guests today. We've actually at the we're at the 84th official episode, everybody. So we really appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm your host, Joey J. Ping. We've got a very special episode today with two humans that are working with a university to make products, and it's in the hemp and cannabis market. It's in Florida of all places. There's a lot of science and like cultural driven medicine and science that goes into this. It's really interesting. And so without further ado, I just want to give a lot of respect and love to the two new friends of ours from Oneness, Dr. Neha Raje and Alex Blanton. Hello, you guys. Good morning. How are y'all?
We're doing well, Joey, and my love and respect to you as well for having us on the show.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you
good
guys.
morning, Joey. Great to be here.
Man, it's so wonderful to be kicking off this beautiful Thursday today with y'all. We were talking a little bit about your guys' company Oneness and some of the science and history that goes into it, some of the stigma that played into the creation of it, right? Would you say the fear of God, kind of like to make you think some kind of way and go that? And you mentioned, of course, doctor, that you hadn't really tried cannabis like that before. And I just find that people and entrepreneurs and business owners who create their own products, I find it to be not only inspiring, but I find it to be really cool because you have to problem solve, you have to be creative. And oftentimes it goes against the grain. And I know a lot about that. And so I just want to give a lot of love and respect to you guys. And I'm excited to learn about your guys' brand and the products you guys create today. So thank you. Now, before we get going any further, I do have to say this. Our episode today is powered by RMR Legacy Smalls, everybody. This is our cannabis product available in Washington, California, Arizona, and New York. We are a publication. We do sell weed to pay for our publication. So if you are in any of those states, please consider supporting so we can continue doing these podcasts and supporting local businesses in hemp, cannabis, and beyond. Doctor, my first question is for you, ladies first, of course. Please talk to me a little bit about Oneness, the inspiration. Just who are you guys? What do y'all do?
Oneness is a biotech company that is working with cutting edge scientific technologies, but with a whole organic flower. So that is the essence of oneness. So I come from a pharmaceutical background. So my PhD was in drug development. Naturally, no one else but big pharma would hire me. So that was my trajectory. And as you mentioned, fear of God. I mean, the propaganda for the last 100 years has been so strong against cannabis. My Indian father.
Oh, hold on, Doc. Hold on, Doc. We lost your audio there for a second. Oh, no, we're not able to hear you still. Let's try something else. Of course, we have a technical difficulty. 30 seconds in, everybody. Apologies for this. Doc, what I want you to do is go ahead and close the tab, swipe up and close it on your phone, and just click the link again. We're going to transition to Alex and let him answer this question, and we'll come back around to you. Yeah, we're not able to hear you right now. The solution would definitely be just to close the tab. Boom. Alex,
Yeah, no,
it's all
happy.
good. It's all good with these internet combos. Even
Yeah,
Sports Center has these issues. It's all good. So, same question to you. Talk to me a little bit about Oneness and who you guys are, what you guys do. We'll bring the doc back around here in one moment.
yeah. Well, as Dr. Neha was beginning to share, she really is the mother and the visionary behind Oneness, and
Mhm.
so her background in the pharmaceutical industry is where she was actually first exposed to the plant. There's probably not many people on this planet who their first exposure in their entire life was inside a big pharma company on a top secret project. But
Wow.
that was her reality because, as she was saying, her father, conservative Indian father, never permitted the use of cannabis or any type of drug, in the household. But what she, realized, and what I also realized on my journey in parallel. So my background, I went to business school at NYU, worked on Wall Street, worked in Silicon Valley, very much that type of path. Until I was exposed to plant-based medicine as a treatment for addiction for a family member of mine.
Okay.
And so similarly, Neha, in her journey, she began to explore the use of the plant in her own culture, Indian culture, which it turns out is actually where, the original usage of cannabis
Yeah.
comes from the Himalayas.
Yeah.
And
It's
the
a formidable culture too.
yeah.
It's like the epicenter in a lot of ways, if you would.
It is. I mean, even, Shiva, who for many is considered, the highest god in that tradition, he's depicted using cannabis and actually, in particular, drinking cannabis.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so, the reason for that, there's a lot of medicinal benefits to consuming the plant as a liquid. And so in many ways, that with Oneness, what we're doing is integrating the ancient form into a modern package and aesthetic that's accessible to everyone.
Okay.
And so that's why with, our brand, we've chosen to go the hemp route for both accessibility as well as to appeal to, a large population base that wants to experience the benefits and transformation in their daily life as they're living it right now.
Absolutely. No, that makes perfect sense because you look at the different consumption methods that are out there, and we'll call it American counterculture, and counterculture in general is really popularized just smoking, right? The act of
Right.
smoking. But you think about cannabis as an ingredient, right? And just as an organic part of this earth, plant matter, and there's a lot of other uses for it. And you can find a lot of other medical uses or alternative therapy uses for it as well, right? From the topicals and the creams all the way to the ingestibles and drinkables, right? Can you speak to your background on, formulate, helping to formulate these products? I know one of the key things here is the whole concept of solubility. That's the tricky one. Solubility is the one I can say. Solubility,
Yeah.
solubilization. I don't know how to say it. You're gonna have to spit it out for me. That's not even the weed talking. But I know solubility is one of the most important things, and that's what allows you guys to make it strain specific, correct?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
effect specific.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So there are different layers to it. One is the strain selection of the hemp, right? And so for our different types of products, we have varieties that are more conducive to mood upliftment and energy throughout the day. With
Mm-hmm.
our Oneness Bright Day drink drops, for example, um, which you can see here. So these are our concentrates, water soluble
Yes.
concentrates that you add to your own glass of water or juice or beverage. We
Yes.
also have
Love
a
it.
nighttime variety, Oneness Deep Night.
Can you hold it up again and just give it a close little spin for the people? Check this out. Look how beautiful it is. My
Yeah,
favorite thing, and I know everybody says branding doesn't matter. I'm so sick of this, blah, blah, blah. But you guys got to understand when you're talking medical products, people need to see something that they can trust is going to deliver the quality that they're going for. And if this bottle wasn't beautiful, if it wasn't well branded, if it didn't communicate all the different necessities on there, it's just going to look like so many other things. And so one thing that really stands out for you guys is you guys are delivering, it's not about it being a luxury experience. It's about delivering a premium experience, something that's quality,
exactly.
consistent, and science driven, right?
Exactly. And so with, for example, the solubility is important. So Joey, the reason why smoking has become the predominant way of consumption is because smoking is the only way, historically, the only way to achieve 100% bioavailability, meaning that 100% absorption that's immediate, that you feel right away, that hits you like a ton of bricks, and you know it's working.
Mm-hmm.
And so the significance of Oneness is that we are able to replicate that level of absorption and bioavailability in speed using an authentic, organic, whole flower, full spectrum extract. We're able to bring that into a liquid format.
Yeah.
So instead of smoking, which is, it's a great option for a lot of people, but for a lot of people, maybe they have a family situation, a social situation
Yeah.
at work, what have
There
you.
is a pollution element to smoking.
There is a pollution element. Maybe they have other health conditions that makes it less appealing. So having it in a liquid is scientifically superior in several different dimensions. And then also we're able to achieve that full-on bioavailability. And what makes Oneness unique is Oneness is the only hemp or cannabis product in market that has the authentic full spectrum in the finished product without removing anything along the way.
Yeah.
That's what makes our technology unique.
Yeah, because if you strip the cannabinoids, right? If you strip away all of the goodness, you're basically eating microwaved vegetables, right? And we already have a lot of that with distillate based products, right?
Yeah.
We already have a lot of high THC or consistent 8, 9, 10%, 10 milligrams THC in these gummies, in these chocolates, whatever it is. But they don't have anything else in them. So it's just get your body a high, get you a head high, get your back high, or not even feel anything because it's just THC, and there's nothing else in it. So there's not other cannabinoids pairing it, or there's no terpenes driving it a direction or turning, helping to create a certain experience. I really like the fact that you guys are able to offer effect-based experiences. I know in cannabis, it's like frowned upon because it's not strain specific just to have effects-based. But as a medical patient, for those of you that don't know me, which would be random if you don't know this about me, but I've had kidney stones over 15 times in my life. I am an IBS patient. I do have pre-Crohn's. I'm nauseous every day from what I eat, and I cramp every day from what I eat. Doesn't matter if it's healthy for me, doesn't matter if it's fried, doesn't matter, whatever. It all hurts me at this point. And so for me to find products like this, Alex, is really powerful because I'm able to relieve inflammation. I'm able to improve mood. When we all know gut health drives a lot of mood driven things, right?
Absolutely.
So for me to take something, an ingestible, especially in liquid form, that can help with my gut, it's an extremely powerful tool at the end of the day in a toolbox of things that are out there. So Alex, I have a question. I was inspired by an Instagram interview that I saw the other day. This guy was asking people just off the street, what does cannabis mean to them? And I want to ask that to you guys because I can feel it. I can see it in your work. I can feel it in the passion and your desire to learn. And so what does cannabis mean to you and Dr. Neha?
For us, cannabis, we genuinely view cannabis as a gift from the divine. It's we could call it God's medicine, we could call it whatever we want to call it, but it's truly a gift that is just here for us to use for our own well-being, to enhance our lives, to help us be better, happier, healthier human beings. And so we really approach our product and our brand with that spirit of service, recognizing that it's a tremendous privilege to be able to work with this plant, to be able to offer something that can transform people's lives in such a fundamental way. And so we take that responsibility very seriously and seek to operate with the highest level of integrity scientifically, manufacturing quality, customer service across the board, because what we believe, especially with our exposure to the cannabis industry, even beyond what's available, commercially, even into the pharma side, into everything, we feel so passionately that offering high quality, full spectrum products with the best possible science is something really vital to humanity right now. Because broadly, we need support for our mental well-being. We need support for our physical well-being. I mean, to your point, even if you want to do all the right things, you want to eat healthy, you want to take care of your body, you want to do all these things, it's not always easy to make those choices because society doesn't give us great choices very often. And so, we're seeking to serve the plant by making the highest quality product accessible to as many people as possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That message is something that so many companies are trying to do without really doing it. And so my question for you guys, we were talking a little bit off camera about where you guys are working out of. And so I want to touch based on you guys in the community that you're in. You guys are there in Gainesville, Florida. For those of you that don't know, it's the home of the Gators, man. Florida, Tim Tebow, Percy Harvin, a lot of other great athletes from that school. But here you guys are creating your own lane, hemp, beverages. You guys are working with the university in various capacities. You said they don't own your product, but they're collaborating with you to help bring this to life. And so, can you walk me through how that happened and what it's like to be working with one of the most respected Division I universities, federally approved colleges in America, and you're working with hemp products?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great relationship. So the University of Florida, they have a program called the Innovation Hub, which is mostly comprised of companies built on UF intellectual property. So innovations in technologies that professors develop kind of come to this center and then get developed into companies. They do invite a small number of outside companies to participate as well. So that's the area that we participate in, and
Okay.
it's a great partnership because we get access to a lot of the research facilities, ability to do different types of tests and studies, as well as interface with the professors and the different departments as well.
Yeah.
Which nothing I can talk about yet, but we have some very interesting collaborations brewing both on the research side and then as well with some former University of Florida athletes as well that may be coming
Hey.
later this year. Fortunately, I can't talk about that quite yet, but yeah.
Oh, we don't get the exclusive yet. Well, now we got to bring you back. Now we
I'll
got to
keep you
bring
in the
you back.
loop on that, Joey. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
so
what's
fun.
interesting on the athletic side is this product's absolutely huge, our topical spray.
Okay.
And so the significance of the solubility in a liquid topical spray is that it radically enhances the permeation through the skin, permeates the cell lining both through the cells and around the cells
Mm-hmm.
extremely quickly. So similarly, it's an extremely fast-acting source of relief that's highly beneficial to athletes, highly beneficial to anyone who, kind of on a regular basis needs that type of physical relief as well.
That's the actual item that I used. So I tried I had the drink and the drink drops. No, I just got the spray and the cans. And beverages are beverages. That's subjective to everybody. Everybody has their own palate, right? So I gave the feedback on that. The pain drops I hurt on my back. I actually used it. I had never used a pain spray or a topical spray like that before. I've only ever used lotions and I prefer the cold stuff. That was one of those experiences where it quite literally I was like, wow, I feel normal. And it wasn't like it was like a light switch on and off. Like, you wear the hot cold shit and it's like, oh, cold. Okay, it's working. How hot? Okay, it's working.
Yeah.
This one was like oh man, I feel normal. What did I use? What did I eat? I had to look back at what I did that day. And that was the one where I was super excited to send it to my mom and get her feedback because she's had wrist surgeries. And so in real time, day to
Yeah.
day, that's going to be able to really,
Yeah.
back pain is different. So it's like that wrist pain, that carpal tunnel, that's going to be something that's real easy for, for women and parents to use and the older, that older crowd, the senior crowd. So I was really excited about that one. Can you hold it up again? I want people to again see the beautiful branding and design that you guys had. Look at this, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Now, can you read through one of the key things I love going through when I review products, Alex, is I love reading the ingredients.
Sure.
These days, people really care about what they put in their body and they really care
Yeah.
about what they put on it. Can you lock in with me and share what's in that?
Yeah. So again, this is super simple. It's organic whole flower hemp, um, jasmine flower extract, rose flower extract. So these are like
They smell good.
real extracts from the actual flower that are extracted fresh. So that adds a bit of perfume. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, a lot of women, buy this product for different things like what your mother experiences, and then they continue using it as their regular perfume as well because they love the scent so much. And that's
It's a layer. I see women with different sprays now. They're like adding,
yeah,
it's like they're creating their own little terpene salad of scents. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's hilarious. It smelled wonderful, man. Jasmine, I love it. Anytime I'm walking in public and I smell jasmine, I literally stop and smell the flowers. That's the one. I drink jasmine tea, obviously rose, classic, right? And so those two together, very, very fragrant. And I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. But not for me, typically speaking. Loved it when I was in pain. So excited to have gifted that to my mom and to get her feedback on that. Now, Alex, walk me through. You said NYU, Silicon Valley, business. So now let's talk some business, right?
Yeah.
Where can people find your product? How do they get a hold of it? Is there retail available? I know I'm on your website now. I see e-com. Walk me through the business side of Oneness and where people can learn more and obviously buy it if they would like.
Absolutely. The best place to go is www.oneness.life. That's ONENESS.LIFE. That's the best place to have access to the full scope of our products.
Okay.
We are in numerous retail stores here in Northern Florida. We're also launching specialty distribution in New York City, LA, Miami through a lot of high-end bars and restaurants where we're helping them really redesign their mocktail menu for the future.
Yeah, that mocktail menu. Let them know, man. You know how many bars and clubs? I was in Florida. I was in South Florida for 10 days. I went to numerous kava bars and kratom bars and really cool non-alcoholic bars because I don't like to drink, and I'm now focusing a lot more on NA beers. If I am going to drink, it's going to be NA beers. None of them had a product like yours. None.
Exactly. So we're here to solve that problem by making the products available. So that's kind of the level we're launching into right now. But over the course of 2024, we will be ramping into more mainstream distribution in grocery, the higher end liquor stores,
Nice.
and even beyond that as well. But for the time being, www.oneness.life, that's the place to go.
Yeah, you guys, you can always pop in and go support at a retailer, and they obviously appreciate that. They encourage you to do that. But if you want to support them direct, go to their website. Make sure you guys check it out, read the story, learn about Dr. Neha and Alex's background, and just get more familiar with what these are really meant to to help you guys with. I think. Do you by chance do you have one of the cans there with you?
I do.
Oh yes, walk us through that one real quick, man. I'm so excited to see this one again. Again, I really like the packaging on these. Check that out, you guys. Hemp-infused sparkling cocktail. And I want to talk about why you guys chose to call it a sparkling cocktail.
Exactly. I mean, we think for us, the future of adult beverage is plant-based in things that provide that upliftment. Like why do people go out and drink alcohol? It's not that there's something particularly enticing about alcohol, but what does it do? It makes us a little bit more loose, more social, less inhibited, puts many people in a good mood. Those sorts of things. So we're looking at it as replicating, even improving upon that experience, that level of the experience that alcohol provides that's socially beneficial, pairing that with things that are also physically and mentally beneficial for the long term.
Yeah, you're not imitating anything. This isn't you mocking. This isn't a mocktail.
Yeah, we're not.
This is an amplification, next level cocktail, right?
We view it as an upgrade. So we're unapologetic calling it a cocktail because it is. These flavors were designed in partnership with actually the head mixologist at Eden Rock in Miami.
Wow.
So they do have simple ingredient list, but sophisticated flavor profile. So this is our lavender lemonade, which includes fresh squeezed lemon juice from right here in Florida. Lavender, we fly in from France, brew it fresh into a tea, infuse it into a drink.
Wow. That's France lavender.
French lavender, yeah. Cane sugar, hemp, and water. That's it. That's all the ingredients in this.
Wow.
And so the cocktails, they're really positioned as an alcohol alternative or alcohol upgrade. But we also design these to be suitable to drink throughout the day. So you can drink it at work, you can drink it when you're out doing your daily life. So some people drink it during the day. A lot of women drink it as an alternative to wine at the end of the evening. And then you can always, if you want to up level it, you can always spike it with the drops and then have that more stronger experience if that's something that you're looking for. Our other flavor is our jasmine limeade. So
Yes.
this is fresh
Yes.
jasmine flower extract, fresh squeezed lime juice, cane sugar, hemp, water. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It really is. I love that it is, basic ingredients with the again, but with a really premium focus on the sourcing and the curation part of it. I love the combination of stuff from overseas and even local. That's super awesome, man. Those are things that we care about now, right? It was crazy. We may not have cared about it as a kid growing up, but now we care,
Yeah.
right? Like we want to support local like that. And so big shout out to that. Now, to everybody here watching, you guys might have noticed the doctor did not join us again. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties. It's been a little bit rough with the cell phone stuff, but it's all good. We will have her back. So stay tuned. We definitely want to hear her story. We want to learn about the science. And I'm particularly interested in the culture, man. I love learning about different cultures and the various Indian cultures that are out there that also overlap with cannabis and hemp. I want to learn about that. And so thank you, Alex, for joining me today and sharing your side of the business and perspective. Do you have anything else that you'd love to share with people or that people absolutely got to know?
I'd say come find us on our website, sign up for our email list, and you'll have access to exclusive discounts right away, as well as you'll be notified of our live events. So we're starting to throw a series of live events here in Florida right now and then expanding to different parts of the country. So for the Holi Festival, which is a traditional Indian festival that actually hemp beverages are a part of the festival, we're
Wow.
throwing our own Holi event here in Gainesville, Florida on March 23rd. So you can check that out on our website as well, and then continue to stay notified, because our vision is to turn this into a series of events where we can create these kind of like high vibration alcohol free events with great music, great vibe, great people, but kind of integrating positivity and nightlife and social living, because that's what cannabis is really about. I mean, this, like, there's so many ways we can use this plant even beyond the human consumption to solve problems like, building materials, fabrics, so many different things. So this is really a plant that deserves to be celebrated and that deserves to be integrated into mainstream life. And so doing live events is one step in that direction that Oneness is bringing forward.
One conversation at a time, one tweet, one post, one video, one conversation. It's all, one relationship, day by day, step by step. I appreciate what you guys are doing to push the industry forward. People are sleeping on hemp and CBD right now because cannabis is so popular and the hot topic. But the reality is that people really do rely on it. People do really use it every day. It's not just a money thing. To some people it is, but from a product, from a science, from the culture, from the event standpoint, this is a community. This is an industry. It's not going anywhere, and it's exciting. So I appreciate what you guys do. Thank you guys for joining me for today's interview. Everybody watching, thank you for hanging out a little bit. Make sure you guys go check out oneness.life. Spelled out, that's ONENESS.life. And we will definitely get back to you guys again soon. Tap back in. This was the official 84th episode of the RMR podcast. I'm Joey J. Ping. This is this way. This is Alex Blanton, COO. Thank you for joining us. Alex, you got anything else?
Thanks for having me on, Joey. Unfortunately, Dr. Neha was having a little technical difficulties, so she very much looks forward to being back on with you sometime in the near future, hopefully. And exactly, echoing what you're saying. I mean, the cannabis industry is up and roaring and servicing a lot of people. But as an industry, right, like, we want to have options that are available for all people, regardless of where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the hemp industry can really emerge as a nice partner and complement to the cannabis industry to showcase, to really be able to meet people where they are, both like literally physically,
Yeah.
as well as just psychologically providing a more, gentle initiation, we could say, into the phenomenal lifestyle that this plant can enable.
Hemp lifestyle, oneness. Make sure you guys tap in oneness.life. Google it, search them on Instagram. They're all over the place. Tap in. Alex, I appreciate you again. This was the 84th episode of the RMR podcast. Joey J. Ping,